Hello, this is Brian. Today is Sunday, November 7th, 2021. I am over along Main Divide in the Santa Ana Mountains. Had a much bigger plan today earlier, and it just didn't turn out. Just ended up being a total disaster. My plan was to go to Ranchita in San Diego County and hike up to San Ysidro Mountain. That was my plan. Not San Ysidro near the border, but San Ysidro Mountain up in northeastern San Diego County. The top of the mountain, the top and the east slope of the mountains within Anza-Borrego Desert State Park. But and the thing is, I made it there. I made it to the Ranchita area, but like I've had happen to me a couple times, like the first time I tried to get to East Ord Mountain, got my tire stuck in dirt again. I kind of underestimated my vehicle's ability to handle a certain section, so I ended up, it was the dirt was at an angle, so I figured, okay, I felt like my car was gonna turn over and land on its side, and it was feeling like it was really close to doing that. So to try to avoid it from tipping over, I kind of steered in that direction and ended up in sand, and had to get pulled out. It was on the BML road that leads to where you're supposed to park, and if you want to hike San Ysidro Mountain from the south, and if you don't want to do that crazy 4,500 foot elevation gain from near Borrego Springs, which is one of the ways up there. I obviously am not in shape to do that, so figured I'd try the 1,700 foot gain 5-mile trip from the Ranchita area. And so I made it there. I made it to the area after missing a couple of turns on to get onto 79 from Temecula going south. Ended up wasting time driving around Temecula trying to get back on the 15 so I can actually find the right way to get on 79 south. That ended up costing me probably about 45 minutes of wasteful driving. Then, so I finally get to the Ranchita area, and I was doing fine on the dirt roads. Like I said, I have a 2-wheel drive. I don't have a 4-wheel drive. So making out, thinking, okay, this is going to happen. I've been planning on trying to do this hike for a long time, but I either get too lazy to drive that far, or the weather's not right, and this was the week when the weather was right. And so yeah, I get on S22, San Diego County, head north on this dirt road called Lease Road. Followed everything fine, had no issues navigating around. Then ended up veering left on the BML road, which you're supposed to, because if you veer right, you go on a private road, which is not allowed. So I figured I was going to try to find the parking area, and didn't even make it that far. Ended up getting pulled out. I mean, if this were much earlier in the morning, I could have potentially still comfortably gone for it, but by the time I got pulled out, it was already nearly 11 o'clock. It was already about 11 o'clock, so I want to at least allow myself several hours to hike that rough terrain, because it's a lot of off-trail hiking. It's partly on-use trail, and then dirt road, but it's also partly cross country, so I just didn't want to, you know, start it too late, especially trying to hike back down in the dark in an area I'm not familiar with. So ended up getting pulled out, and it was probably a little bit after, actually probably a little bit after 11 o'clock. So I figured I would nix trying. I could have, I mean, I found a spot where I could pull my Jeep over after I got pulled out. Found a spot where I could potentially pull over, but I decided at that point it's too late. I don't want to start that hike and then end up, like I said, getting stuck out there past dark. So ended up really lucky that I was able to get pulled out. Some four-wheel drive, somebody with a good four-wheel drive was able to yank me out. So got to be appreciative of that, of course. I am grateful that I didn't get a $1,000 tow, which it could have been from a towing company. But so I was thinking, okay, maybe I'll go to Palomar Mountain. Maybe I'll go stop by Palomar Mountain for a while. And then, so I'm driving back on 79, then I get on 76 in San Diego County, and I notice, you know, my gas is a little bit lower than I wanted it to be, so figured I'd go try to maybe go to a gas station, get some gas. And so I pulled into one that was extremely busy, and then a guy and I had a disagreement and got into an argument, like really short one, really brief one, like brief little, like not even 1 minute exchange. And it was just too full. There was just too many people there, and not exactly sure what happened, but it was a disagreement between somebody else there with a big trailer. So we barked at each other, and I just left and figured I'd drive all the way to Powell, by the Powell Casino, and that's where I gassed up, and I figured I'm not turning it back and driving all the way back up to Palomar. So I was like, just like real frustrated, kind of a little sore about the incident. So I just figured actually started heading towards home. I was really upset. I was kind of in a funky mood. Figured maybe make a last-ditch effort to salvage what's left of my 2 days off, or my weekend or whatever, my Sunday, Monday. I just pulled off here. Fortunately, the usual enthusiasm that comes with me being here is somewhat lacking today, because I was really excited to hike up San Ysidro Mountain. Keep seeing people's pictures of it, and even seeing people's videos of it on YouTube, and I was really excited about climbing it. It's just a few feet higher than Palomar is. It's 6,147 feet at the benchmark. So I was really excited about trying to climb it. And like I said, since it does involve a significant amount of off-trail hiking, I would want to allow myself a significant amount of time. I got to near the trailhead by about 8-ish. I left my house at 5:30. Maybe about 8:30 is when I got there. It took me a long time to get out there, especially getting turned around in Temecula. So, just, I was so amped about hiking up San Ysidro Mountain. And next weekend the weather is not going to be cooperative here, because we're going to have a really hot spell of weather that some forecasters are thinking is going to last most of the rest of the month of November. So unless I go up really high up in the mountains, like the San Gabriels or something like that, there's a chance I might not even be going out next week. And the following week, the weekend of Thanksgiving, I got my days off are split, so that absolutely means no hiking is going to happen. So just a lot of things that are just kind of bumming me out. Normally, I would think I'd like to have a little bit more of a positive mindset, but just after all the craziness today, just kind of feel out of it. So if I don't go out next week, it's probably going to be another 3 weeks before I get out and do anything. This morning, did manage to do 2 spotlight videos. One near Aguanga about jojoba, the goat nut bush, and one while I was waiting for I was originally going to wait for the tow truck. I recorded a spotlight on desert willow. So I recorded a couple videos this morning, but they were just I did 2 spotlight videos. I was looking forward to recording a whole video set on the San Ysidro Mountain hike. Like I said, next weekend's going to be really hot. Forecasting some areas to be in the 90s, possibly. Like where I live, it's supposed to be possibly up in the 90s. Very hot and Santa Ana winds. This is not going to be good weather for hiking, especially below anything below 5,000 or 6,000 feet, and where the hike starts is at 4,500 feet. And I'm not going to feel like doing that long drive again next week. So I guess it just means that I'm not going to be doing it for a while again. Maybe not till December or January, who knows, depending on the weather and my desire to drive that far again. It's a long drive from my house to get to Ranchita. That's where the base of the mountain is northern Ranchita area. So I guess I'm just gonna go follow this fire break, maybe just climb up to this hill or something and see what's up there. I do apologize if this seems like a kind of humdrum and not so sprightly video. You know, I mean, I'm usually really enthusiastic when I'm recording videos and hiking, but just after what happened today, I appreciate the fact that I was able to get out of the mess, and it didn't cost me $1,000. It didn't cost me anything. We're gonna try to offer the guy lunch. We'll offer to pay for his lunch or something, but after he hooked me up and he tore out, I didn't even get a chance to even thank him. I guess one of the sheriff's deputies who saw me stuck on that road, he gets along really well with the locals. He hailed somebody he knows, and the guy had the right type of truck to pull me out. I wanted to at least thank the guy, so I appreciate what he did, but he tore out before I could even thank him in person. Maybe offer a few bucks for him to get something to eat or something. But all right, we'll see what I can find up here. I'll see you on clip number 2. Batteries are getting low already. It's the only time I've had to change them today so far. But I'm going to keep climbing up this, and I'll see you on another clip.